grandparents lived several hours away from the house where I grew up. We didn't get to see them very often, but I remember that they had a big vegetable garden and a berry bramble next to their house. And my granny would can jams and jellies from those berries, and sometimes we would get to take them home when we went to visit. So I promised myself that I would learn to make jams, jellies, and pickles when I grew up. So now I do that, and I even grow the cucumbers in my own backyard. I think I really hit the jackpot with this recipe because it's super easy to make. I get to brag that I grew the cucumbers in my own garden, and it's the crunchiest homemade pickle recipe I have ever found. This recipe came from my family's canning tradition and was also inspired by a blog I love called Simple Bites. For this recipe, you need to have pickling cucumbers, which you can pick out at your grocery store or at a local farmer's market in the summertime. Or do what I do and grow them in your own garden. Once you're done chopping your cucumbers, you want to let them rest in a bowl covered in ice mixed with some salt. The salt helps to draw out the moisture in the cucumbers, and the ice keeps them nice and firm, so you wind up with a really crunchy pickle. The smashed garlic really imparts a lot of garlic flavor to this recipe, so I recommend smashing it instead of just adding the cloves. In this recipe, I use 3 different spices to get the flavor profile that I want, but if you have pickling spices on hand, you can just use that instead. These pickles made with cucumbers are so good, but you can use any kind of vegetable you want. I like them with carrots, cauliflower, and hot peppers, and you can mix and match. So I'm really excited that this recipe uses a steam canner. There's only a little water in the bottom of the steam canner, and then when you're done with the recipe, you can dump it out instead of having to wait for gallons and gallons of water to cool down so that you can actually handle the pot. I think the hardest part is waiting that week for the jars to cure with the pickles inside. So please be patient. You are going to be so happy you waited.